How did you initially feel about the introduction to the Prometheans in the Halo video game series, of course starting at Halo 4, because we were so used to fighting the Covenant, of course, from previous titles. Halo 4 introduces the Prometheans, and then we get a different side of battle and warfare. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What's going on, YouTube? It's Alone Spartan here, and I want to talk to you guys today about Prometheans and the Covenant. Now, of course, there are plenty of differences between both groups, and I'm curious as to, like I said, how you guys felt when Halo 4 occurred, and it was introduced that we would be now fighting this new species called Prometheans, which of course are just essentially ancient human beings, of course, converted, all that stuff. How did you feel about it? And then once you actually engaged in fighting the Prometheans during or throughout, I should say, the Halo 4 campaign, and even through Spartan Ops, what was your feeling and vibe that you were getting from facing them as an enemy? Did it give you the same vibes or the same the same vibes or the same feeling, I should say? I was kind of trying to combine the two, as fighting the Covenant like in the previous Halo titles, of course, that we have all loved. Or was it still something new and exciting and kind of refreshing to you, and you're like, okay, even though I'm used to fighting the Covenant, this is something new? Now, for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of fighting the Prometheans at all. They're really annoying. I think they're a lot tougher than the Covenant, and that's not the reason why I dislike them. It's just I don't have a legitimate squabble with the Prometheans. I think Halo did a really good job of making you hate the Covenant, at least initially, before the Arbiter exposed the truth of the prophets and all that. But prior to that, you really hated the Covenant, this alien race of different species that combined together to form this Covenant to essentially wipe out all of humanity. There was a definite reason for wanting to fight them. Now, what they're trying to do with the Prometheans is sell the point that humans should not, of course, accept the role and the responsibility, the mantle of responsibility, so to speak, and that they are the reason for all the bad and unfortunate things that have happened throughout the universes and the galaxies. I get that that's the main selling point for the Prometheans, but at the same time, they are just ancient humans, of course. And really, when you talk about the Promethean hierarchy, I like those characters. The Warden Eternal, the Diadact, I like those guys a lot. In fact, they have become easily one of my most favorite characters throughout all the Halo series with their introduction, most recently in the last couple of years. But at the same time, the forces that they command, and of course they do have some allegiances with some small, I would say, rabid or not really related to the Covenant factions, or perhaps you would say the old Covenant, in fact, the ones who still believe in the Great Journey. Sure, some Prometheans still have those factions and those soldiers in their command, but as a whole, fighting the Prometheans just kind of seems just like something that's kind of being thrown in the way, and you have to eventually get through it. Of course, we know what the main goal is going to be of Halo 6, but I would prefer, even though it's much later, of course, in this series, if we're not going to fight, let's say, the Covenant like we used to, if hopefully we're finally getting away from fighting the Prometheans too much, either reintroduce an old enemy like the Flood I've talked about, possibly would be fun, or you could even introduce something else that's a combination like they've done in Halo 5, and make it so it still gives you kind of that good Halo, old school throwback Halo feel. And I think they tried doing that with Halo 5, but everybody still was not satisfied with that, especially considering the fact that most of the campaign was played through the eyes of Spartan Locke as opposed to Spartan 117, aka Master Chief. So comment section below, you guys let me know your thoughts in regards to your differences that you have picked out between the Prometheans and the Covenant, what you don't like, what you do like about fighting either, or maybe you don't have really any feelings towards fighting either one of them individually and you enjoy them both. Like I said, I like some of the Promethean characters, at least the boss characters, but in terms of fighting the Prometheans as a whole, they're quite annoying, and for whatever reason, I enjoy fighting the Covenant a lot more. And like I said, it's just kind of hard for me to get behind the idea of fighting the Prometheans. Granted, they're evil as shit. I mean, they're converted into these killing machines, complete killing machines, of course, as Gabriel Thorne stated back in Halo 4. But besides that, it's still kind of hard for me to adjust to fighting them as an enemy. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Appreciate all the support you guys have shown on the channel. Not sure if I'll be shouting out this video on my main channel, which is DBZ Warrior 17. I do Dragon Ball related content on there. If I do, shout out to all you guys coming over from DBZ Warrior that have decided to give Halo a shot. If you haven't already been into Halo, if you have, then absolutely fantastic. If not, Halo and Dragon Ball Z go hand in hand for me. So appreciate you guys stopping by. To all of you that have been here, appreciate your continued constant support. Remember, you can continue to provide any other topic ideas you guys want me to talk about in the Halo universe. I got plenty of ideas. I'm just taking things a little slow. I kind of want to build things up gradually. I don't want to bombard you guys with too much content right away, but don't get me wrong, we will eventually have A lot of different variety of content and topics here on this channel. Just taking it a little slower, but I appreciate all the love and support. We'll be back here with some more Halo discussion and content very, very soon. It's Lone Spartan. Sign out till next time. Hope you all have a great and fantastic day. See ya.